Welcome to Chanakya, where you get the right guidance at the right time. Today, we have a situation from Sita, one that is encountered by many a Scrum Master. We will explore that with our two experts, Vasu and JV. Welcome, Vasu and JV.
Thank you.
Sita is a Scrum Master for a team that has initiated development work for a cutting-edge data analytics solution in India. There is a data scientist in Europe who is responsible for scenarios. The data analytics solution is dependent on multiple tools for ETL, analysis, and modeling. The team is relatively new to the tool set and are in the process of learning it by themselves. The product management in the US is able to only provide some high-level scenarios based on the inputs from the data scientists. The local PO and the product management team says they are not aware of the capability of the technology, and so they are not able to break down the high-level scenarios or even think of some new scenarios. A lot of time is now being spent debating these challenges with no clear approach in sight. In addition, the team seem to be struggling with the choice of the enabling technologies that will help them create the overall analytics platform. What would be your guidance to Sita to help the parallels team to move ahead, JV?
I can very well empathize with Sita's situation. I think one of the ways that the team can kind of get out of this paralysis situation, Sita can actually help in this process, is to actually get all the concerned stakeholders together, right? Make sure that they together describe or define the product vision. But for doing that, they need to understand who is this product for, who is the targeted customer, right? What are the requirements from a customer perspective? What are the competing products and what's the uniqueness of your product vis-a-vis the competing products? I think all of these need to get defined, and the best way to do this is doing it together as a set of stakeholders who bring in different perspectives on this, right? The team brings in a certain perspective on technology and other things. The data scientist brings in a perspective and so on and so forth. I think that's the first step that the team needs to get involved, as part of defining the product vision.
So, any other things they could do in terms of like a sprint zero type of thing, you think?
Yeah, this whole process can actually be part of a sprint zero, even defining the product vision. And one of the other things they can actually also do as part of sprint zero is to come up with some high level scenarios, break them down with the use of technology. If they can actually work together, because this is an opportunity for the entire team to learn from each other and actually put together some high level scenarios and break down a few maybe epics into stories based on their understanding of what the product vision is and so on and so forth.
So what you're saying is Sita can help the team to get the team started on the right foot.
Right foot, absolutely. This is one opportunity for the team to get started on the right foot.
Okay. Also, your perspective.
So you mentioned that they are learning the tools by themselves and they have a big set of tools. So I would recommend to Sita that she goes for a formal training. So at least one of the unknowns is dealt with. The challenge, as they keep dealing with unknowns, they'll feel more and more confident. They also have to make decision on the infrastructure side on what technologies to use, maybe for the cloud platform, maybe for the database. So maybe they start with a short list and keep evaluating them one by one so that they can eliminate and come up with the final choice. That's what I would recommend to get them going on the tools and the infrastructure side.
Okay. So what you're saying is, given that there are so many variables and uncertainties, look at ways to de-risk what can be easily de-risked.
Right.
That's a good approach.
And use training as a starting point is what you're saying.
Right.
Yeah. Any other input from you, JV, on the tools and the technology, in addition to the fact that you can get started with training?
I think the formal training is a necessary thing, but on top of that, what I would say is that the team needs to actually play around the technology, because here is a situation where there are alternate technologies involved, and you're trying to build some technology application on top of that, some features on top of that. So the team needs to actually define some backlog themselves with the choice of technologies that are available, so they can actually build something like an infrastructure-centric platform by looking at a combination of these technologies, creating some technical stories, some spike stories, and so on and so forth, and building some small functionality to demo the combination of these technologies that they are actually trying to use to build this platform, right? This way they actually get to play around and learn, and the product management also uses this opportunity to build on top of that. Once this infrastructure-centric platform is built and a release is made, the product management gets to understand how different technologies actually come together. So they'll be able to think of scenarios on top of that, break down epics into scenarios and use cases and stories after that.
Do you agree with that, Vasu?
That's a very good point what JV mentioned. So putting together this chain of tools will help them see how it's going to work together. They can look at some of the features which is required for the solving the problem, and looking at that and showing it to people will help them grow and accelerate coming up with more features and adding more to what has already been developed. Being in the uncertain realm, I think I would suggest to Sita that she could look at approaches like lean startup or Google Design Sprint to deal with it.
Yeah, this is a clear case where some amount of experimentation needs to be done, and the team learns in the process and helps the product management in the process of in that process by putting together stories based on what the team has learned on the technology side.
Okay. So if I understand what both of you are saying is, take some interesting new techniques that are available, and most importantly, do some experiment and unearth the possibilities early on.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, I've taken down a few notes, right? I will summarize it for the benefit of the Scrum Master. As always, if I miss something, feel free to chip in.
Okay.
Yeah. First thing, get the data scientists, the product management team, and the delivery team together so that they have a common understanding of the purpose of the product, right? And they learn from each other. Get training on the tools, and possibly even get some support from the tool vendor itself in the early days. Make some assumptions about technologies and start exploring them using techniques like Google Design Sprint or a lean startup to validate these assumptions, right? Create a working software with some minimum functionality so that you are in a position to demonstrate the intent of the underlying technologies, right? When the product management starts to see what can be done with the technology,
They can actually expand.
then they will be in a position to better expand.
Absolutely.
Any other things?
A good summary, Srini.
Wonderful summary.
Hey, thank you, Vasu and JV, for your wonderful insights, right? And I'm sure Scrum Masters like Sita would benefit from the experiential insight of coaches like Vasu and JV. Thank you for joining us.